Hello everyone, this is Darker Joe, and today I'm gonna do an account review. So, for anyone who didn't watch my drunk game, like drunk, me playing RTA drunk, this is kind of like where I'm at right now. I was at just above 50%, but meta it kind of sucks right now. So, but yeah, I'm in a high champion at least, almost low emperor. I'm probably not gonna push for it because yeah, I don't like this meta at all, and I think it's terrible. So I'm gonna try not to make this super long video. So we're gonna go by I'm just gonna go by types. So for example, I'll go warrior. We'll go down to warriors, then we'll go down a list, and it's sorted by combat power as well. So my Lilibet, my one of three, basically. This is my DPS Lilibet, the one I use all the time, pretty much. And when the one I use if you see me play in RTA, usually this is the one I mostly use. So this is also recorded after I did my balance patch video as well. I didn't. This is probably gonna be uploaded before my balance patch impressions and stuff. So I'll try not to talk too much about the balance patch. You'll see my opinion on it later on. But yeah, kind of bummed off that she's not on there. But then my speed a little bit, who I want to get the 270 speed at some point. So, and I got my Shalltear here. This is the one this is my usual go-to killer for like flan and stuff. I love my Shalltear as well. Pretty fast. 282 speed. Then I have my Chloe, my destruction set Chloe on 261 speed because she's a very cracked out gear on her. 22 speed, 20 speed, 18. 21, 16. So like if I were to get this all to 20 speed, so that'd be like an extra 2 right here, an extra 4 right here, that'd be 6. So I'll put her at 267. So yeah, I thought about replacing her. I thought about giving her gear over to Soul Bad Guy, who has the same exact stat line, and like maybe that would be more of a more thing. But I do pull her out sometimes into Janua, so it's a funny way to do it. My Straze, I don't have him on Tachi because I usually use How the Euphine, which you'll see later as well. So he's usually on portraits to make sure, especially because he's not on Torrent set. I think I had a good Torrent set for him, but I gave it over to Galililius. So because of that, he's kind of lacking damage that I kind of wanted to get. But then again, I don't really pick him much. I'll pick him sometimes in Guild Wars. Like I obviously use stuff like New Moon Luna type of thing to steal any pen resistance, and then Straze one shots a unit after getting attack buff. Blue Teu, so 265 speed on his own artifact. Not the greatest damage, but honestly, you just do it to punish their non-attack skills, and then you just clap back basically. I use him a decent amount in Guild Wars. Like I use like How the Euphine plus Blue Teu. A lot of times you have to facing people who go like Sea Phantom Politis and A Tywin and BBK. Very solid into that. And I have my Luna right here. So this is actually, I really like the way this is built. I think this Luna is, I think the Luna built like this is very, very good. So Destruction Pen set, not the greatest, she's not super slow. So like, I mean, with one CR pusher, she can take a turn type of thing. Pretty decent bulk. She has 100% crit rate because she gets 22 off of Wukong's artifact, but also gives her 20% crit resistance. So that means she has 50% crit resistance as well. So she has a bit of a safety net against anyone bursting her. But she's also pretty tanky with 1200 defense, 17k HP. So, and still a 4k attack, 300 crit damage with pen set. She definitely could still kill things. Obviously using the extra turn Soulbird. I used to have her on a counter set, but actually I was like, this build actually kind of better. Benimaru, some speed, some okay bulk, decent damage I think, especially with portrait. I do kind of want another imprint. I could use a memory fragment on him, but like I want to save it for whatever collab that might be coming up next. Decent speed so that when he cuts, he will probably cut the unit. I don't draft him much, but he's there. Sigrid, 180 speed, bulky bruiser with Draco Plate. I haven't actually used her since I built her, but she's there. Clarissa, it's kind of a PvE thing, but honestly, this is very solid damage too. I kind of do want to draft her. I might draft her in preseason when they buff bleed damage and stuff. I might consider trying her out. Zahak, not the greatest attack, but it's got some 1k defense, 10k HP type of thing with 273 speed. With this, so he'll hit anyone as 70% evasion or under. So, but I haven't drafted him in forever. My ML shoe with squish. She's kind of squishy for ML shoe, but she does have Draco Plate to help a little bit of it. She's 272 speed. She's a crit based. She's a crit based shoe because I like to be able to punish people who might go like, oh, this is probably just a full like ER build shoe, or this is probably just a full no damage shoe that's just but whittling you down with I'm like, no, this is this is the damage shoe. So she can be able to easily one tap any squishy unit while also doing a big chunk of damage. With the new Fallen Cecilia buff, this shoe actually doesn't get hit as hard because she's not fully reliant on her 2000 fixed damage every turn type of thing. Because she actually has a good function on her S3, and this won't affect her S3's pen. Actually, wait, consider. Let me see real quick. Taxiami, the inflicting injuries increases speed when the focus can recover, and then successful attack deals additional. Okay, so it does affect this additional damage proc afterwards, but it doesn't affect the base S3. So, but it will make her like rat gun part weaker. So, Bad Cat. Very tanky. I think I already tossed gear on Firelitica actually since the buff, but I wasn't about just tossing this on Firelitica. But I was like, you know what? I gotta keep my Bad Cat. Like she's still my favorite 4-star. I love her design. I just wish she was usable a bit more. I mean, she's not the worst unit, but yeah, pretty good, pretty tanky and stuff. My green Euphine, semi-decently bulk, some okay speed. She's a bruiser, basically. Yeah, a lot of my units are on bruiser. Her attack is really low, but, I mean, I'm not using her to kill, like, one-shot tanks and stuff. I'm using her to be a pretty strong unit. She, pretty just general unit. She's actually not terrible with Young Senya as well, too, because I have her on such a decent amount of health, so she can actually allow you to do a lot of damage with Young Senya. Though there's no debuffs unless you have souls to do S2. Dilibet, so my design a little bit, my normal design a little bit, the destructions crit, pretty good speed for destruction set, okay crit damage, basic general 2000 defense with just under 17.5k HP with a Draco Plate. This is my go-to one for obviously dealing with like debuffing cleaves and stuff. Peyra, I swap her with this and Sweet Miracle, so it's just whatever. 270 speed, some effectiveness, very high HP, some defense. It's just I have her on what was it called? Grace of Growth. Yeah, Grace of Growth as well. So eventually I'll actually upgrade her actual so I can get her on Grace of Growth and put someone else in it, but. Lionheart Sirmia, I have the trolley creation destruction because it's so funny when you press S3 into an S3 and then they counterattack you on that second S3. Do you S3 again? I've had that happen before a few times actually. It's very funny. So, not the worst speed, especially if she gets pushed up from her passive. 282 crit damage with 2000 defense, so pretty good. Pretty good damage. With just under 16k HP, so not the tankiest, but with an Arius holder, she's pretty good. Abigail, just under 1600 defense, just under 21k HP, some okay speed with 280 crit damage with a Draco Plate, so it's like she does pretty good damage. I need to draft her more. I keep forgetting how good she really is. Then again, Fallen Cecilia's buff will kind of make her a bit weaker to use, but you still can use her for the passive part, though, obviously. Fire Ken, I have had a pretty good, like really high defense for an HP scaling unit, 24k HP, solid crit damage on an okay amount of speed of 200. I actually had him on one of my Sweet Miracles but I'm currently obviously using it on Laya, and I'm working on the second one. I think I just tossed this on Arabi for now. But if I get a third Sweet Miracle, I may consider putting it on him as well because I think it'd be funny if they have like 27. I had him on for a little bit. I don't know if I recorded any matches of me using it with Sweet Miracle and stuff. But yeah, he's kind of funny. Holiday Euphine. Pretty much most of my matches I record, I'm pretty much always using her. She's like a lot of the times my Band Protect. I love using her. I think she is heavily underrated. Really good speed, solid attack, especially when you get extra attack from this. Really good, or not really good bulk, okay bulk, because you do have the 70% evasion on top of it. Counters Sea Phantom Politis hard. It's pretty good into Luna too. And there's so many, and also pretty good into Zeo because like either they hit someone else on your team and that only pushes them back 20% because of her passive, or they risk just hitting her and they miss, and then they're like, okay, well now you just wasted S3. So in fact, a lot of the times I draft Holiday Euphine with Bystander Huoyang, and a lot of times if you're fighting a Zeo, the Zeo has to press S3 on Bystander, otherwise Bystander is going to proc her passive and hit something else. So a lot of times they would have to use S3 on Bystander, and then like she'll only get pushed back 20% because of Holiday Euphine's passive, and if she counters, she gets back her 20% that she just lost. And then some obviously with for anyone who doesn't know, Sea Phantom Politis pushes back at the enemy team by 20%. She cuts it in half, so it becomes 10% CR pushback. But then with this, she gets back 10% from this, so she doesn't move she doesn't move in her position. In fact, if she 15% the Sea Phantom Politis, she actually gets going to get pushed up 10%. So either way, she's either getting pushed up 10% or she's going to stay in her same spot. So then you just press S3 on Holiday Euphine, pushes your team up at 20%, so they get a 10% gang, and then you have potential if you're using faster units to outspeed whoever their second unit is. Because obviously, because I've had times before, like I'll be drafting way too slow with Holiday Euphine, though you see Phantom Politis, and I'll like push, my Holiday Euphine would still cut their second unit, but then my units are still too slow that I didn't a few times I don't push past their second unit. So I gotta remember to draft faster units, not just go, I'm gonna use all these 200 base speed units, 200 units, 200 speed units. I'm like, that's not gonna let you cut whoever the second unit is. Obviously, like it's before, Bystander. Not the greatest it's damage though, but I didn't get this imprint. I need to give more imprints too. Not the greatest attack HP though, but the defense is gonna make up for it because obviously she gets like 1500, I think base. It gets like another 1500 defense based off the attack. So that puts her at like 2,800 defense. So yeah, Rimuru is an ER. Rimuru 225 ER, 221 speed, pretty good bulk. I do draft him every once in a while. I think he's gonna be a bit harder to use with New Fallen Cecilia buff, but if it's this is PVE kind of, so I don't care. I forgot he was built. He's actually pretty good actually. Pretty good build. I mean, 230 speed with really good effectiveness. And pretty good bulk, especially with Guide to Decision. So this is like I need to remember to draft him with like AOE and stuff. I think I have the one that pushes the successfully invading attack increases the CR of all allies by 10%. I should actually use him more into more AOE cleave. Laya, just under 29,000 HP with 230, only 238 speed, but with this she gets just under 32k HP. So she's very tanky and stuff. But Laya, everyone knows what Laya does. Lencia, because I think I'm already spending too much time on this. Yeah, I need to rush through here. 25k HP, 1500 defense, 250. Yeah, pretty good at Lencia with Prayer, so she does a crazy amount of damage. Very good with Young Senya. I don't actually draft her with Young Senya. I draft other units. LQC, I have her on a okay amount of crit damage, solid attack, I guess. It's a bit more of a tankier side. I need to make her faster. I need to rebuild her at some point. Runka, just under 1600, 18.5, 17, almost 180 speed with, huge crown, pretty good damage, but, it's a Runka. She kind of needs a buff. Lifesteal set for funnies. My base be Lilibet, this is my third Lilibet, by the way. I'm using her with Harseti or against Harseti. She's a really good with Senya, too, so, like, she have almost, because Senya's artifact will put her at, like, 24k HP. So 1500 defense, 24k HP with Victoria's Flag, with solid damage. So a lot of times I would use her with Young Senya against like the Harseti Mort comps, because if she lands bleed on Mort, she would basically kill with S2 S3. Fire Huoyang. I have on Elsis because there's too many warriors that I would want Uberi's Tooth, so yeah. Jacko is kind of on a Berger build. I don't use her. In fact, you can tell there's no artifact on it. I don't draft him much. I do want to rebuild him because I think he'd be very, very good into Emo Lua, who is also kind of dominating the people, dominating this meta right now. So I need to make him better. Blue Shoe, very, pretty tanky with this. Does a lot of damage. 1400 defense. This puts her at 30k HP. Not the greatest speed, but it's fine. And then, how it is super high damage on counter set. I'm kind of trying to work on this, though. I mean, 1500 defense with the other Sweet Miracle that puts her at like 27k HP with 1500 defense and only 129 ER. I want to get, if I get the imprints, I'll put an extra 27 on it, so that will put her at 156 ER. Base speed, which is fine, you just build her with Harseti or against Harseti type of thing. But even then, you still CR players. So I just finished building her again a few days ago, so I haven't had a chance to really use her yet. Amiki, I don't use her. In fact, a lot of the times I pre-ban her, but there she is. Fire Ravi, really solid, I think. I haven't really used her much lately, but yeah, really good HP, really good defense, solid attack for the fact that she gets all that extra attack. Good, okay, crit damage on pen set, yeah, really good. Wukong, 20k HP, some damage, base speed. I use him with Young Senya against Harseti a lot of the times. It's very funny. Plus with counter set, he doesn't have with AoE counters, he doesn't really need to have speed as well. Just watch out for Mort basically. Edward, yeah, pretty much general Edward things, right? Okay, actually not really okay. A lot of crit damage. Rem, destruction set, so hopefully people don't know I'm not a counter set, but I mean really tanky with some good crit damage. Cartucho's kind of a trolley build. I draft him sometimes in like preseason. I'll probably use him in preseason. My second Dilibet, this is my base speed Dilibet I use with Harseti or against Harseti. I mean, with I need to get imprints on her too, so I need to get more Lilibets. Just under 280 crit damage, 2000 defense, just under 23k HP with lifesteal plus with Golden Rose. So I had times that she goes back to full health immediately. Longcross Bologna. I'm just gonna show it. I'm just too many. There's just too many units out here. I have like this isn't fully build. Like I'm working on the ER Teu base speed though. It's solid damage. Okay, bulk. I need to work on it more. Base speed shout here that I will use again with or against Harseti. So village build. On lifesteal, no, on penance and on injury sets. So her S1 like pens a unit for injures unit by 30%. MLCan. Yeah, because I have so many damn warriors. There are so many warriors here to go through. So it's good that they're getting the warriors out of the way. If there's a unit you really want to see, just pause it, because the fact that it's been 20 minutes, I'm still into warriors and I still have all these other units to go through. I'm just going to show it. If there's any comments I really want to say, I'll do it. The unit I'm kind of working on, in a way, more like a preseason thing. And there are some units out here I'm missing a piece because I kind of took a piece from someone, so I had to re-get them, like all these units. I don't think there's any more units here that are actually... Yeah, none of these units are actually built. Okay. Warrior Knights. So this one's quick because I don't have a lot of Knights, so yeah. A lot of my Knights are actually ER build too. Not a lot of them, but... Again, I'm just going to, if you really want to see a unit, just go ahead and pause it because there's so much units I have to go through. Because last time I counted, I had over 100 something units that are built for like PvP in general, not just RTA. Some are built like in mock. Some I'll play in mock battle. Some I'll play in like Guild Wars or like arena type of thing. But these are units that I think I'm confident that I built enough to pull them out in some form of PvP content. Like not just a PvE unit. Like I would still count like Clarissa, like my blue Clarissa, even though I only would use her in PvE, she's still solid enough that I can pull her out in some PvP content. So I would count her in this list, technically. So I'm just going to show you the unit. If you want to pause it, and if I had any quick comments about them, I'll say it. I took a piece from her, so she's not fully built. I had this build back when her original buff came out, when her preview came out. So when we thought she was a speed imprint and we had, she was a damage based knight. I gave her this build and I just never took it off of her. Obviously, now that we know what her actual buff's going to be, it's more of a, turn 2 standard knight build. I'm going to work on giving her an actual knight build. But this was what I was going to go for, right? So, yeah, as you can tell, I have a lot of Ariuses. So, yeah, I have a lot of potential knights. So it's kind of impossible for these people to, like, straight up ban mitigation for me. Because I have a lot of them. I mean, some people are like, Albedo is obviously not I don't have Albedo on an Arius holder, but she's on a full crit build. That's why you see me use Albedo and she's, like, chunking people down for super high amount of damage. That's because she's 26k HP with 313 crit damage on Penset with a 3F. She's going to hurt. Like, she almost one-shots Ludwig Cleaves by herself. I'm just missing an artifact, I think, for her. I don't know what I was doing with her. ER Bellion's pretty funny. 28.6k, just under, close to 14k, 1400 defense, 170 ER. Some units are like, I kind of want to work on them more. This is my, like, PvE / just knight Brieg. I have a second Brieg right here. As you can tell right down here, that's more of a, like, aggressive, but he's not really that good either. 126 ER for, Corral is pretty good, especially when I still have the 30k HP. AU Fiend, Holy Stack AU Fiend, pretty solid, I think, pretty standard. 3F Fire Charlotte. Not crazy attack, but has some health to back up for the 3F procs. Still lifesteal, so I mean. And then Blue Charlotte. I have Blue Charlotte on a Bruiser build as well. I had to get rid of some of her pieces because she had more crit damage than this, but so many units to go through. This is kind of like I need to rework on him too. The actual damage Brieg. Charles. Actually, not bad. Again, Charles, I did pull this unit out a few times. I don't think I pulled it out in RTA this season. I did pull him out in preseason. I did pull him out in Mox too. That's funny though. Just getting beat by Cabin Traveler or Conan Traveler. Unirung, I do want to work on her at some point. I recently rebuilt Landy or Candy, Navy Captain Landy for a bit as well, especially with all the all the cleavers that's going to be showing up in the last week. Fire Ilanov. Hassel. Crimson. Not Crimson. Green Armin. Really good bulk. I mean, really good damage, so. I still got the damage Ilanov as well, so really solid health and stuff, so yeah, she's gonna hurt. I took pieces from you. I'm kind of working on you, and every other knight is not being built. Okay, so Thief, I don't have a lot of it. This is like kind of like PvE build, basically. Honestly, not really PvE. I mean, it's kind of PvE build, but I could definitely pull him out in RTA. I kind of forgot he actually has a pretty good build, like pretty good amount of damage and stuff. And with RNL, it makes it kind of funny. When he procs RNL, he gets S3 into S3 type of thing. I need to use him sometimes. Kisei is built for Peyra. So, yeah. Not crazy speed, but that's because it has crazy damage. Aiden. Still got Aiden on the Bruiser build. ER Janua, 150 ER, thanks to Artifact. Ervalin, solid attack. Solid damage, I think. Okay, speed. So he gets pushed up one time. He claps back. He can do some good damage. My Sets is actually pretty good here. Too bad I don't really draft them because I'm more bruiser than I am aggro now. I used to be an aggro player, so I used to want to pick them, but Tori. I think her artifact is super good, especially when you don't want to be forced into using especially when you're forced to not want to use like protection set on every knight, or you don't want to use Bastion on Pacific knights type of thing. I can use her with anyone, pretty much. 265 ER. Oh, actually, my bad. 287 ER. 210 speed. Okay, bulk for her. Some effectiveness. I really like this build. Celine, 21k HP. Really high, solid crit damage. So very, very tanky. Closer Charles is on a Bruiser build, of course. Pretty much most of my units are Bruisers. So not crazy attack, but you know, pretty good bulk on it. Counter Unity sets, Spez. I haven't drafted him much, but you know, he's there. 270 speed, Torrent set, solid damage. She has my only Wind Rider. So yeah. Winter, 270 also. Yeah. Fire Charon, 175 resistance. Decent attack. I'm kind of trying to replace this. I had a crit ring, but I'm starting to get ready. I'm going to get rid of this for another resist set. So I want to start working on that because he's about to lose 9% attack and gain crit rate. So I'm trying to make it so it'll work towards his buff that's coming out in 2 weeks. Riley is a Bruiser build, but I should probably put him on a speed build. Techron. Okay, ER 220, very, very tanky, but I probably should make him tankier and more ER. It doesn't matter what he's on, really. I don't really care. He's not here to do damage. He's just here to destroy people for 15k true damage, but that's going to get nerfed with Flaw and Cecilia, though. Violets, whatever. I think I have them on for PV stuff, or kind of. And I don't think these, none of these units are built. Okay. Rangers, Eligos, I just have him built. Yeah. All around the Wanda. Actually pretty good speed, okay damage, pen set. Now that they're changing this, I probably will take this off, give this to Landy, work on Landy, and then I'll probably give her, I don't know what I want to give her. Just any other artifact. Even Portrait probably be fine. Kind of a Bruiser to Pavel. Watcher Shuri. Bryceria, I'm more of a weird build on this. I think this is a PvE build. Yeah, I think this is a PvE build. Yeah, definitely PvE build. Summertime Assyria, I don't have a spare artifact for her because it's on Pirate Captain Plan. So, and I don't even have it maxed on her, so. Riza, Bruiser Riza, I didn't know what artifact to give her because I already used them, both of my Liticas. Both Liticas have my Guiding Lights, so 291 speed, 83 effectiveness on this because why not be a troll, right? I don't really use her, so. Fire Litica, I just recently tossed gear on her just to get ready for the buff type of thing. Not the craziest speed either, though, because I don't have a lot of. I'm not a fast person. Like I'm not. Like my two fastest unit is Lua and my Bad Cat. They're both 291. That's my fastest units. So, well, yes, I could give them there, and she'll probably 293 or something like that with the gear. Just all right. So I have two Flans. This is my normal like aggro speed Flan, right? Solid, okay damage. She's the one I would use if I want to be aggro and stuff. Oh yeah, my Politica. My non-existent speed Sea Phantom. I don't even use her. And then Iseria, I don't even really use her. Biblis, pretty good. Some effectiveness. Revenge set with 216. Pretty good bulk. Sasha's, you know. Ooh, SSB. This is one I'm actually really looking forward to on the buffs because I keep looking. I'm like, dude, I love this build on her, and I have always liked this build. And now this build's gonna be insane with the new buffs with her, because now, drink, full attack drink build SSBs are not gonna get punished for her, like when you S3 and type of thing. She's going to be very strong with good effectiveness too, and now I have 75% chance to Death Brick on her passive. Very, very good. Rima, I don't really draft her, but there's Rima. My counter set Unity set 256 speed on Renewed Will. So basically, if they AoE me, I counter. I'm gonna push everyone up by 20%, and push herself up by like almost 30%. So then she can S2, and then she can S1. So, but there isn't a lot of units that like AoE counters. Most of the units that are like openers, they're like single target or they're non-attack skills. So it's kind of hard to pull this off. Because Rand isn't really used as often now, so Rand Cleave, this would have been good against Rand Cleave, but most people just rather use other units. I guess Braceria could still be good. I guess it's still good against Braceria. My Bruiser Flan on a Lifesteal, we have Bloodstone, immunity set so she doesn't get screwed over by Abyssal Crown procs at the beginning of the turn. Pretty good stats though. Full bulk Veronica just to troll people. Fire Shuri's kind of same thing as what Luna was, what Yuna was. Basically, I counter you and then I push up my team, and then this one has a chance to push to S1 again and push up again. Yeah, okay. No one else is actually built here for Mage. Ludwig, don't use, but he's built. Very, very, very high damage. Same with Melissa back here. Same situation. Very high damage build. Don't use her. My 2 Millims. Okay, Speed Millim I use a lot, obviously. Yeah, if you see me play, I use my Millim a lot. My fastest aggro unit for sure. Love using her. She's one of my favorite units in the game. Bruiser Millim I don't really use. I use in like PvE stuff. I use in Automation Tower a lot. I love using her in Automation Tower. She's so fun in Automation Tower. I would use her in other PvE content. I would sometimes draft her in RTA if I know my opponent is completely slowing down and there's no mort for the no counters thing. She still has some potential in this RTA meta, but it's very rough. I think the only way to really make her somewhat work is speed. You have to be fast on her, really. Damage Gaither, I don't use this one. I used to use it a lot into Janua, but I kind of stopped using this one. Tomika, yeah, it's kind of just built. I need to buff her up. I use her mostly for Automation Tower, but she actually has pretty solid damage. I could pull her out in RTA and probably see it work for sure. Cirilla is a Bruiser Cirilla with some bulk, with some damage. I don't really use her. Solitaria, ER Solitaria with Crown. 251 speed, some okay bulk, some effectiveness. Yeah, very, very annoying for people to fight type of thing. I love ER Solly. That's more of a P. I think I just tossed it. I don't know. ER, well, mixed AOL with some effectiveness of ER, some speed. Okay, not really great bulk, but Dizzy 260 ER Dizzy, so 200 speed, some okay bulk, some effectiveness. Actually 98 effectiveness. So she starts off with 259 ER. So if you see me play Dizzy and you're like, oh, you just 15% of your opponent. Like, no, I didn't. I probably didn't 15%. That's 200. That's almost 260 ER. That's not 15%. I mean, it could be, because there could be some people who have over 250 effectiveness. But like, that's pretty safe to say that that might have just resisted you. Very, very annoying. I love using her. Vivian's kind of PvE build, I think. I think I'll just toss gear on her because I was using Earth in Ancient Inheritance, so I was like, well, I'll put damage Vivian. Fire Aura. Okay speed, some bulk, 154 effectiveness. Carrot. Honestly, Carrot might be pretty good with the new Frenzy change. We'll have to see. Archdemon, ER Archdemon. Just about 15k, 1500 defense. Not the greatest speed, but she does push up when she counters, or when she procs her passive. Some effectiveness, and 206 Oh, we're almost there. I think I just have Soul Weaver into this, so. Fumir, ER Fumir, I don't use her. I should use her. She seems to be a lot of fun. Some bulk, some speed, ER resistance. My Bruiser Sage Vivian, this is how I always had her built. I may consider making her faster and less bulkier, but like I do like Bruiser Sage Vivian. The fact that she can tank so much because of this. The amount of like aggression she forces your opponent to go after. I mean, obviously Bystander will one-shot her, but that's why I also picked Bystander with my first pick anyways. Wandering Prince Sid, solid effectiveness, 260 speed. I really didn't have an artifact to give him, so I'll just just give you this. I don't know why. I was like, I have a lot of mages built, so yeah, I didn't know what artifact to give him. Festivita, really good effectiveness, some speed, pretty good bulk, I think. Obviously with this too. Oh, actually, yeah, that puts her over 200 effectiveness. So yeah, I need to use her more too. Zeo 252, Bruiser Zeo with very good bulk, some damage, pen set, some good damage, or okay, solid damage, which is not good damage. Luna 271, pretty good bulk. Only 27 effectiveness because I'm just gonna rely on this. I usually just use her for like some guild wars and stuff, and maybe some arena. I don't really draft her that much in RTA. I stole his artifact. I forgot what it was. It was probably Ainz' artifact, because that would make sense to have like 180 effect resistance and like 90 something, or maybe it was Bastion. It might have been Bastion, which I put on Tekron. It's one of those. It's hard to use him, honestly. SBA, I have also her on Crown, 152 effect resistance, counter immunity, with pretty good bulk. Not the greatest speed, but she does push up, so. CDOM, 305 crit damage, 375 attack, pen set, with pretty good bulk actually, especially for a CDOM. I love using Bruiser CDOM. It's still troll. Like, yeah, she's slow, but like she does push up 10% per crit you do. If you using a lot of crit units, it's very solid. So I kind of like this build. I just wish I could use her more. This is the other Dom, 182 ER, some effectiveness, not the greatest speed, but I mean you don't really care necessarily about her doing stuff. You just want her to pass the proc, and then I just want her to die for she could proc this. Reddit Paladus, 80 effectiveness, counter set, okay bulk, also on Crown, so yeah. Harsetti, I have a lifesteal Harsetti with some effectiveness. I have on Crown as well. Yeah, I don't really draft her much, but it's there. I'll draft her if I see them trying to cleave me, and I was like, oh, screw you. I want to, but all cleavers are gonna ban that anyways. 100 effect resist, 100 effectiveness, 170 speed, bulky, counter set on her own artifacts, so she gets free unity basically. So yeah, Arya is missing a piece. I took something from you. I don't know if it was a book or it was probably this. I think I had this on Wrecker Marijuana, just so she has counter unity and she has a built-in unity, so that she's useful even when they kill off my front line. So at least she's gonna have a chance to counter attack, a chance to dual attack. So she's contributing something. I think that's what I had. There, maybe I just put her on book. I don't know. Mercedes. Oh, this is like a Bruiser. I was going for a Bruiser Ada, and no one else is built. Okay. And that one. And then Soul Weavers. So Momo, 256 speed, 286 ER. So my Momo is my go-to cleanser, basically. If I just need a actual cleanser. Like most people go, oh, I'm gonna go with Katie's. Like, nah, I'm gonna go with Momo. I love Momo. She's my girl. So Momo's awesome. I noticed I did recently built up too as well. Okay, bulk, just under 270 speed. With this, it puts her at just under 100 effectiveness, so it's nice. Sinful Angelica, this is my speed Sinful Angelica, so 284 ER. She'll push up after you did your thing. I S3 and cleanse it off, and then I'm doing my thing type of thing. Even still, she's pretty bulky still too, so she's not like she's squishy too. And on top of she's gonna have 3 turns of immortality. Death to Array, some bulk, potion vial, some decent effectiveness, okay speed, it's DDR things. Triple resist set, so she comes in at 291 ER. Not the greatest speed, so she's not there to completely cleanse off that, but she does have okay bulk. So with some effectiveness. Moon Bunny. Moon Bunny is my, well, so 262 ER without an ER artifact, 251 speed with some bulk. Pretty much, she's a unit I'll pull out like against like Zeo on defense. I'm like, I trust my 262 ER would resist 95% of most Zeos, right? So I'm like, their Zeo will be forced to attack her. She stops and then she S3s and cleanse basically any damage you did to me. Like, she's my go-to like Zeo's counter on defense, and I'll obviously pull her out against extra turns. Amelia, I do want to work on again a bit more. 263 ER, some speed. She'll push up and then she'll cleanse. So yeah, I do want to make her faster and maybe a little bit more bulk. I think 233 ER is fine because she comes with 263. That'd be fine. Counter resist, some effect resist, some effect resistance. 170 speed, some bulk. The usual blood moon haste. May Chloe comes in with what 269 ER because she gets 20% free. Then she gets this. Yeah. The usual thing you would see. Schneel, 23k HP with a Proof of Valor, so he resists. He will live pretty much almost any like the one-shot units. They pick DDR and I ban protect Schneel. A lot of the times they'll either pick Tori to one-shot or they'll pick Gala. Either one of them both of them can't really one-shot this. Especially if I have mitigation, they definitely cannot one-shot that. Even without it though, I've had him survive Galas. I don't know about Tori. I don't remember if the Tori is still killed without mitigation. Shuna, so I haven't upgraded that, but it will, once it's upgraded, it'll give you a lot of some solid amount of ER, some effectiveness, and some bulk. Fene, I love Fene. Counter crit, 350 crit damage, 22.5 KHP. Obviously Celestine, some solid defense and some speed. I love using her. Obviously she's PvE build right now, but she definitely could still work in PvP. How far are we? 42? Okay, that's not too bad. This is the last of the this is Soul Weaver, so 2100 defense, 21 KHP with a counter set and Idol's Cheer. It's kind of a trolley, but it actually can work with some solid, with okay speed and stuff. They hit her, she'll push up your highest attack unit, and then if she counters, she'll push up your highest attack unit. So basically, if she gets hit by an AoE and she counterattacks, she's going to push up your highest attack unit by 19 and 15. So she'll push your highest attack unit by 34% CR. Which means that would be like really, really nice for, say, Bystander. Bystander counters, she push up 20%. I push up 15 and 19. So, 34, 54% CR push. Elena. Really slow, some ER. I'm just going to speed through here. I don't think any of these units are built. Well, they are, but they're kind of PvE built. This one's actually not too bad. 205 ER plus she gets that passive, so she gets 2 extra 6s. That's 265 ER, so not the greatest. Counter sets, effectiveness, not the greatest bulk. I need to switch her build up because she's gonna get squishier now with the change from. She's gonna go to a different build skill stat line, so she's gonna get squishier. Deanne, not the greatest effective in the resistance, but 265 speed with this because I kind of ran out of soul constellations. So lots, just under 1900 defense, 22k HP, unfading memories. So he's still the best sustained in the game. Because he can S2 himself and then S3. So he S2, S3. The amount of sustain he gives with this, he pretty much can full heal people so well. Like there's no unit here that can out sustain a unfading memories lots. Assuming you can land the assuming you don't have unbuffable and you get the additional healing over time. Because obviously this technically could out heal if you're getting hit by like an AoE counter and stuff. Yeah. Because this is obviously very, very, very tanky. Unit. I have him on Schneel's artifact too. Because why not? Some effectiveness, not really a lot of effectiveness, not speed, but who cares? You're not really expecting to. I have you on some free gear and some like yeah, basic free gear because it's whatever. Young Senya, 1700 defense, 26.6. It's 27.6 HP with this. Base speed, not base speed, but low speed, not really fast, but who cares because you're obviously proccing it into Harsetti. My almost 22k HP, almost 1800 defense, Requiem Roar. This is the one I use for when I'm doing Requiem Roar support type of thing. Very, very tanky. Like I said before, she's just one specialty change away from being a really strong turn 2 unit. Because giving your allies 10% lifesteal and then you heal 20% of their health when you kill an enemy is really strong, especially when you add the Samadra staff on top of it. So they're going to heal 10% of their damage they do, and then if you kill a unit, you're going to heal 20% of their health. All of that plus 40% from Samadra's staff is very strong. If she had a bit more utility and a bit more like stuff she can do or get her turn quicker, I think she'd be really good. Oh, I took a piece of her gear. She lost what, a resist piece? Yeah, she lost a resist piece. But this was Sinful Angelica was basically what Requiem Roar was doing too, because she kind of felt the same thing. And then everyone else is not built. I should build this just for funnies. Yeah. I think that was the last one. This is. Oh, okay. Giga Phantasmals, yeah. All right. That was pretty much my gear, my units build. I didn't want to make this too long a video, but I kind of did. As far as what my journal's like, no. The only thing I'm missing is specialty changes that I've been too lazy to do, and Dark Shuri. So, all right. Well, this was a longer video than actually no, it wasn't an hour long. That's fine. Usually it's like over 55 minutes or close to an hour. All right, so because I haven't done an account review since like October, so I will end it here before I make it an hour long an accident. So I will probably upload this sometime on today's Friday. I'll probably upload sometime today. Yeah. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.